Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Central Hardin High School for tonight's 17th District volleyball match between the Elizabethtown Panthers and the Central Hardin Bruins. We're now going to turn it over to our PA announcer for tonight's starting lineups. So there we have our starting lineups. For Elizabethtown, they come in 3-0 on the season under Coach Bart Catlett. Their starters tonight are Sydney Clark, Elizabeth Godfrey, Mary Hargan, Presley Payne at libero, Jada Porter, Elizabeth Taylor, and Mary Kate Wheatley. For the Bruins, under Coach Bill Reneker, Danielle Nelson, Kelsey Brangers at libero, Genesis Mullins, Allie Blair, Sydney Phillips, Jasmine Carroll, and Lauren Vest. Again, it is the best 3 out of 5 sets. Each set is the first one to 25, leading by at least 2. And if we go to a 5th set, it'll be the first one to 15, leading by 2. These are 2 of the premier teams in the 5th region, as they were been in the last several 17th District Championship games, making it onto the region and, in fact, winning the region title. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results, with locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties. For all your real estate needs, contact Ryan at 270-723-4626, and he'll get the job done. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank, with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. As the teams come out onto the court. Reminder, we'll be back on the air tomorrow night. This will be football action as Central Hardin travels to John Hardin to take on the Bulldogs. Kickoff time is scheduled for 7:30. And it will be Central Hardin who will serve first. Danielle Nelson going to the service line to start this game off. That goes long, and the first point will go to the Panthers. Grace Filburn quickly up. She'll check in for the Panthers and go to the service line. 1 serving 0. Just gets over. Nelson gets to it. Blair with the set. And a kill there for the Bruins. Mullins with that one. Gets the point back for the Bruins. And that'll send Allie Blair to the line. 1 serving 1. That goes wide. 2-1 now, Elizabethtown. They will send Mary Hargan back to the line to serve. Brangers up to Blair. For Vest, just dumps it over. Hargan there. Now Filburn for Godfrey. Dug out by Nelson. Blair outside for Mullins. Hit at the line. It'll be another kill for Genesis Mullins. Even it back up at 2-2. Jasmine Carroll will go to the line to serve. As Sydney Phillips checks in on the front line for the Bruins. Payne to Filburn. Inside for Clark. Dug and got back over. It's going to go too far. And point back over to the Panthers. Branger steps back in on the Bruins side while Jada Porter steps into the front line for the Panthers. Presley Payne now at the line, 3 serving 2. Brangers up to Blair, short inside for Phillips, and another kill for the Bruins. Now checking in, the Addie Atcher, along with Sarah Beth Powers. Powers will go to the service line as Atcher goes to the front line, 3 serving 3. Payne to Filburn for Godfrey. Brangers gets that one up to Blair. Outside for Atcher. Dug out by Hargan. Filburn now to be Godfrey, sends it to the back line. Powers up to Blair for Vest. She goes back corner. Filburn there. Hargan bump set over by Godfrey. Blair's there. Atcher keeps it in and Brangers will kick it over. Filburn outside for Godfrey, just tries to dump it in. Brangers got to it, Powers gets to it, not able to get it back over the net. The point and serve back over to the Panthers. No one has had a successful service point to this point. Ellie Taylor back into the lineup for the Panthers. Sydney Clark to the line, dug there by Powers. Blair sends it back, Branger sends it over. Filburn sets up Taylor, and first point off of serve goes to the Panthers. 5 serving 3. That one into the net. Service and point back over to the Bruins. Quickly off the bench. Be Lily Paget along with Lindsay Vest. Vest will go to the line, actually subbing out her sister. 4 serving 5. Payne up to Clark, sets there for Godfrey. Godfrey with the kill. Elizabeth Godfrey now will go to the service line. 6, serving 4. Down the line, that's out. That'll be a point and serve back over to the Bruins. Jasmine Carroll checks back in as Kelsey Brangers goes to the line. 5, serving 6. Goes through Filburn's hand. Payne was able to get to it. Godfrey sends it over. Brangers to Vest for Carroll. Carroll just tries to dump it in, dug out there by Godfrey. Clark for Filburn. She'll send it to the back line. Powers unable to get to it. Point for the Panthers. Mary-Kate Wheatley goes to the front line for the Panthers. It'll be Natalie Shaw checking in, and she'll go to the service line. 7, serving 5. Powers to Vest for Carroll. Panthers dig it out. Godfrey to Hargan down the line. Now Brangers bumps it back across. Not able to get that one over. That time was Paget. Panthers with the point. Shaw back to the line. 8, serving 5. Service fault. Danielle Nelson checks back into the lineup along with Genesis Mullins for the Bruins. Presley Payne back into the lineup for the Panthers. Nelson goes to the service line. 6, serving 8. We are in set 1, and it is the best 3 out of 5. Down the line, wide. Be a point for the Panthers, and they'll get service back. Grace Filburn back into the lineup for the Panthers. Filburn will serve. 9, serving 6. Nelson to Brangers for Mullins. Payne on the other side gets it to Filburn for Clark. She just tries to dump it over. Brangers is there. Vest for Carroll. Godfrey got to that one. Now Filburn sets up for Clark, and the Bruins unable to get it back. Point for the Panthers. With the score 10-6, Coach Renneker going to take his first timeout. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties, Bluegrass Cellular, E-Town Exterminating, and West Point Bank. Tune in weekly for rebroadcast of all local HCEC-TV programs airing on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Channel 184, and you can always check our past broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Just search HCEC-TV. Reminder again, tomorrow night we'll be back on the air at 7:30 with football action as Central Hardin travels to John Hardin. Next week we have 4 games on the slate here at HCEC-TV. We've got volleyball action on Tuesday night as Meade County will travel to North Hardin. And then Wednesday night it'll be girls soccer action. E-Town traveling here to take on the Central Hardin Bruins. Thursday night it'll be boys soccer as North Hardin travels to Elizabethtown. And next Friday night we will have Elizabethtown traveling to John Hardin from football action. Back to action here. Grace Filburn at the line, 10 serving 6. That goes long. Point and serve back over to the Bruins. It's going to get Powers and Lauren Vest back into the lineup, as Powers will go to the service line. 7 serving 10. Payne to Filburn for Hargan. Powers bumps it up for Brangers. Now for Mullins, just tries to dump it over. E-Town unable to get to it, and a point for the Bruins. Filburn, or Hargan, she gets the serve and the kill. I apologize, I said Powers had checked in, that was actually Allie Blair. Mary Hargan now to serve for the Panthers, 11 serving 8. Brangers to Blair, outside for Mullins, dug out by Payne. Godfrey, Filburn just going to send it over. Blair to Brangers for Mullins. And a double hit called on Mullins. We have a point for the Panthers. 12 serving 8. Service fault, ball into the net. Serve back over to the Bruins. Jasmine Carroll will go to the line. Sydney Phillips checks in on the front line. 9 serving 12. Godfrey to Filburn for Clark. That one goes wide. Point for the Bruins. Carroll back to the line. 10 serving 12. Payne to Filburn for Godfrey. Godfrey mishit that one off her hand. Another point for the Bruins, 11 serving 12. Payne to Filburn for Clark. That's wide. And it's all tied at 12 apiece. Jasmine Carroll back to the line for the Bruins. Payne to Filburn. Godfrey will just punch it over. Nelson to Blair, outside for Mullins. She just tries to tap it over, dug out by the Panthers. Filburn, now Mary Kate Wheatley over. Blair for Vest, dug there by Filburn to Hargan, now for Godfrey. She goes back line to Carroll. Back up to the net. We're going to have into the net on the Bruins. And that will the point and serve back to the Panthers. Jada Porter checks back in on the front line. Presley Payne goes to the service line. 13 serving 12. Brangers to Blair for Mullins. Just gets it over. Godfrey sends it into the net. Filburn gets it out. And Hargan sends it over. Blair short set inside for Phillips. Knocked back by the Panthers. Blair outside for Mullins. And Mullins gets the kill. Addie Atcher checking into the lineup along with Sarah Beth Powers. Powers will go to the service line. 13 serving 13. Hargan, and it's going to be an ace by Powers. Powers back to the line, 14 serving 13. Let that one go, it goes long. Point to the Panthers. Sydney Clark going to the service line. Ellie Taylor checks back in on the front line for the Panthers. 14 serving 14. Vest to Blair for Atcher, and Atcher with the kill. Lily Padgett back into the lineup. Lindsay Vest also into the lineup. She'll go to the service line. 15 serving 14. Clark for Godfrey, dug there by Vest. Brangers back for Atcher. Just hit over, sent back over by Hargan. Powers to Vest for Atcher. And they're going to say somebody was in the net. I'm going to say that was a very, very early call. That was a very early call on into the net. Point will go to the Panthers. Elizabeth Godfrey at the line, 15, serving 15. Powers to Vest for Atcher. That goes long. Point for the Panthers. 16, serving 15. Powers to Vest, short set inside. Phillips just pokes it over and gets the point for the Bruins. Jasmine Carroll checks back in. Kelsey Brangers goes to the line. 16, serving 16. Payne for Clark for Taylor by Powers. Now up, Atcher sends it over. Clark to Godfrey for Hargan. Hargan doesn't get that one over the net. Point for the Bruins. Bringers back to the line. 17, serving 16. Hargan to Godfrey, back for Hargan. She'll send it to the back line. Powers to Vest, outside for Atcher. Goes off of Hargan. Payne unable to get to it. Be a point for the Bruins. Get service back over to this side. Bringers to the line, and now Coach Kratlick will take his first timeout. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools live Channel 1 programming, sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results, with locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Ratcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties. For all your real estate needs, contact Ryan at 270-723-4626 and he'll get the job done. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere. Wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank, with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. As we come back to action, it'll be Kelsey Brangers at the line for the Bruins. 18, serving 16. Clark for Hargan. Brangers there. Now Vest will set it for Atcher. Atcher down the line, dug by Godfrey. Clark just sends it over. Brangers, Vest inside for Carroll. Knocked around by the Panthers, but a kill for Jasmine Carroll. 19, serving 16. Payne. Clark sends it over. Atcher, they're going to get Atcher into the net. It'll be a point for the Panthers. That'll get Natalie Shaw back into the lineup. She'll go to the service line for the Panthers. Mary Wheatley also checks into the front line. 17, serving 19. Powers up to Vest for Carroll. Blocked there, dug out by the Panthers. Bringers will hit it over. Hargan for Clark. For Taylor, blocked back. I'm going to say it did not clear, and it'll be a 4 hits on the Panthers. Danielle Nelson checks back in along with Genesis Mullins. Nelson to the line, 20, serving 17. Again, the first 4 sets. That's the first one to 25, leading by 2. Hargan to Clark for Taylor. Dug out there by Nelson. Vest tried to sneak it over. Now Carroll sends it back. It's in. Jasmine Carroll with another kill. 21, serving 17. Godfrey to Clark for Hargan. Nelson for Vest. Carroll just tips it over. Taylor hits it up. Clark now Hargan, and Nelson plays it well, lets it go past her. It goes out. Largest lead of the night by either team. 22, serving 17. Godfrey to Clark, now Hargan. Brangers to Vest for Mullins, and just tips it over. A good job of recognizing where the blockers were coming from. With that, Coach Catlett will take another timeout for the Panthers. This is an HCEC-TV student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Special thanks to our live sports coverage sponsors, Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties, Bluegrass Cellular, E-Town Exterminating, and West Point Bank. Tune in weekly for rebroadcast of all local HCEC-TV programs airing on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Channel 184, and you can always search our past broadcast on our YouTube channel. Just search HCEC-TV. As we come back to action, it'll be Central Hardin to serve. Danielle Nelson at the line, 23, serving 17. And Payne lets that one go long. Point for the Panthers. Grace Filburn will check back in for Elizabethtown. She'll head to the service line. 18, serving 23. That'll go long from Filburn. And now it'll be set point for the Bruins as Allie Blair checks into the lineup along with Lauren Vest. 24, serving 18. Godfrey to Payne. Over by Hargan. Nelson to Blair. Outside for Mullins. That one didn't go over the net. And that'll send Emmy Hargan to the line. 19, serving 24. Rangers to Blair for Mullins. Hargan got that one to Filburn for Clark. Clark with the kill. (20) serving 24. Brangers to Blair for Vest. Hargan got to it. Filburn hits it in the air. Now Godfrey. Brangers gets to that one. To Blair. Inside for Carroll. Blocked back. Blair outside for Mullins. Just tries to tap it over. Filburn there. Hargan for Godfrey. Godfrey tries to tip it over. And as it came back, it was hit by Godfrey. And point in set number 1 goes to the Bruins. 25-20. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates. More personal attention for more effective results, with locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties. For all your real estate needs, contact Ryan at 270-723-4626 and he'll get the job done. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank, with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. Tune in weekly for a rebroadcast of all local HCEC-TV programs, airing on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable's Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Channel 184, and you can always search our past broadcast on our YouTube channel. Just search HCEC-TV. A reminder, we'll be back on the air tomorrow night, 7:30 kickoff time, as it'll be football action. The Central Hardin Bruins travel to take on the John Hardin Bulldogs. Next week, we have 4 games on the slate. Tuesday night, it'll be volleyball action as Meade County travels to take on the Trojans of North Hardin. Game time scheduled for 7:30. Wednesday night, we have girls soccer action as Elizabethtown comes here to Central Hardin. Game time is scheduled to start at 7. Next Thursday night, it'll be boys soccer action as North Hardin will travel to Elizabethtown. Game time there is 7 o'clock as well. And then next Friday night, the Elizabethtown Panthers will travel to take on the John Hardin Bulldogs. Kickoff time scheduled for 7:30. The 2 teams will switch sides as we start set number 2. And E-Town will have first service. On the court right now for the Bruins, Allie Blair, Sydney Phillips, Danielle Nelson, Lauren Vest, Genesis Mullins, and Jasmine Carroll. Both of these teams back in action this weekend. They will be part of the Hilliard Lions Fall Classic, which is held here in Elizabethtown. Each team is scheduled to have at least 3 ball games. On the court for the Panthers, Sarah Clark steps in along with Sydney Clark, Elizabeth Godfrey, Emmy Hargan, Jada Porter, and Grace Filburn. It looks like Presley Payne set to check in at the libero. Kelsey Bringers just check in on the other side at the libero. Officials making sure everybody's where they're supposed to be. It'll be Filburn to serve first for the Panthers. Bringers to Blair for Mullins. Tipped at the net. Now Clark. And Clark with the kill. Sydney Clark. Filburn back to the line. 1 serving 0. Not over the net. Service fault. Allie Blair now to serve. 1 serving 1. Payne for Filburn for Sarah Clark. That catches the back line and a point for the Panthers. Now Emmy Hargan goes to the line. 2 serving 1. Bringers to Blair for Mullins. Mullins with another kill. That'll even it up at 2 apiece. Jasmine Carroll will go to the line to serve. Sydney Phillips checks in on the front line for the Bruins. Payne to Filburn for Sydney Clark. And that one went out. Or sorry, no, it caught the line. So it was in, so a point for the Bruins. Carroll back to the line, 3, serving 2. Payne to Filburn, short set inside for Sydney Clark. Another kill for the 6-foot senior from Elizabethtown. Now Sarah Clark will go to the service line. Jada Porter checks in on the front line for the Panthers. 3, serving 3. Nelson had gotten to that one. Now Vest sends it over. Sarah Clark to Filburn for Godfrey. And E-Town. So that one went out. And it will be a point for the Bruins. Addie Atcher checks in along with Sarah Beth Powers. Powers to the line, 4, serving 3. Hargan to Filburn for Sydney Clark. That one into the net. Point for the Bruins. Powers back to the line, 5, serving 3. Trying to float that one over, doesn't work. Point serve over to the Panthers. Sydney Clark now goes to the line, 4, serving 5. Ellie Taylor checks in on the front line for the Panthers. Brangers to Powers for Atcher. That goes wide, point for the Panthers, and it's tied up. Sydney Clark back to the line, 5, serving 5. That one just gets over the net, and be an ace for Clark. 6, serving 5. Powers to Blair for Atcher. That's blocked back by the front line of the Panthers. Panthers are now reeled off 4 consecutive points. 7, serving 5. Brangers to Powers for Atcher. She goes back line, that's long. Eight, serving 5. Vest, Blair, back for Vest. Down the line, it's in. That breaks a 5-0 run by the Panthers. Now they'll get Lily Paget back into the lineup along with Lindsay Vest. And Vest will go to the line. 6, serving 8. Payne to Sydney Clark for Godfrey. To Vest. Now Brangers for Atcher. And a kill by Addie Atcher. Vest back to the line. 7, serving 8. To the back line to Payne. Up to Clark. She'll set for Godfrey. Blocked at the net, tips back over, and they have a net violation on Central. Point for the Panthers. And that'll send Elizabeth Godfrey to the line to serve. 9, serving 7. Powers, and she bumped it up to the front side where Atcher had kind of moved out of the way, expecting someone else to set it to her. Falls, 10, serving 7. That'll be an ace by Godfrey. 11, serving 7. That'll go wide. Point for the Bruins. They'll send Kelsey Brangers to the back line. Jasmine Carroll checks in for the front line. Brangers serving 8, serving 11. Hargan to Clark for Godfrey. Powers, Vest for Paget, dug by Clark. Godfrey for Hargan. That one not over the net. Point for the Bruins. Nine serving 11. Godfrey for Clark for Taylor. Dug out by Godfrey. Now it'll be Hargan. Bruins unable to get to that one. Natalie Shaw back into the lineup. She'll go to the service line as Sarah Clark goes to the front line. 12, serving 9. Brangers to Vest for Atcher. Hargan right next to the net. Clark taps it over. Brangers for Vest, and he tries to find the hole and does. Danielle Nelson checks in for the Bruins, along with Genesis Mullins. And Jada Porter will check in for Elizabethtown. Then she'll immediately come out as Presley Payne, the libero, will step back onto the court. Nelson serving 10, serving 12. Godfrey, Clark for Hargan. Blocked at the net by Paget and Carroll, but it goes out. Grace Filburn hops up off the Elizabethtown bench, and she'll go to the service line. 13, serving 10. Nelson to Vest for Mullins. Down the line, another kill for Genesis Mullins. I'll get Allie Blair and Lauren Vest back into the lineup for the Bruins. Allie Blair to the service line, 11, serving 13. Godfrey to Filburn for Hargan. All the way back over by the Bruins. Now Filburn outside for Hargan. Brangers gets to that one. Blair for Mullins. A net violation on the Panthers. Under the net. It'll be a point for the Bruins. It's at 12, serving 13. Godfrey to Filburn. Sarah Clark sends it over. Brangers to Blair for Lauren Vest. Payne to Filburn for Sydney Clark. And another kill for Sarah Clark. And that'll send Mary Hargan to the line for the Panthers. 14, serving 12. Brangers to Blair for Carroll. Blocked in the net by Sydney Clark. Now Carroll bumps it in the air, and miscommunication on the front line by the Bruins. Point for the Panthers. Bringers for Blair. Now Mullins not able to get it over, and another point for the Panthers. With that, Coach Reneker will take a timeout. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates. More personal attention for more effective results. With locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties. For all your real estate needs, contact Ryan at 270-723-4626 and he'll get the job done. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank, with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. Back to action here. Elizabethtown on top is Mary Hargan to the line. 16 serving 12. Bringers for Blair. For Mullins, just gets it over. E-Town into the net. Point for the Bruins. Jasmine Carroll will go to the service line. Sydney Phillips checks in on the front line. 13 serving 16. Hargan to Filburn for Sydney Clark. She gets it just over. Point for the Panthers. Sarah Clark now to the service line. Jada Porter checks back in for the Panthers to the front line. 17 serving 13. Nelson to Blair for Mullins. And Mullins with the kill. Just making sure she got it over, took it right down the line. Presley Payne back into the lineup for the Panthers. It'll be Addie Atcher and Sarah Beth Powers checking in for the Bruins. Powers to the line, 14 serving 17. We've got some water on the court. Hargan to Filburn. Sydney Clark sends it over. Now Vest got to it, Bringers. Atcher gonna send it over. Hargan there. Filburn for Clark. Another kill for Sydney Clark. And Sydney Clark now will go to the service line. Ellie Taylor checks back in on the front line for the Panthers. 18 serving 14. Vest to Blair. Atcher gets it over. Clark for Hargan. Now Godfrey goes back line. Powers to it. Blair just knocks it over. Godfrey for Clark. Back for Godfrey. Cross Bringers is there. Blair tries to find a hole. Hargan now sets up Porter. That goes off the blockers. And a kill for Elizabethtown. 19 serving 14. Powers to Blair for Atcher, and Atcher with the kill. That'll get service back over to the Bruins. And it'll be Lauren Vest going to the line, 15, serving 19. Hargan to Clark for Godfrey. Dug out by Vest for Blair for Atcher. That one goes off the blockers, and another kill for Addie Atcher. 16, serving 19. Payne to Clark for Porter. Dug by Vest to Brangers for Atcher. Hit at the front line. They're going to have E-Town into the net. Point for the Bruins, 17, serving 19. With that, Coach Catlett will take a timeout. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties, 270-723-4626. Bluegrass Cellular, online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, online at megabug.com. And West Point Bank, online at westpointbank.com. And a reminder, tomorrow night we'll be back on the air, 7:30 kickoff, as it'll be football action. Join Paul Gray as the Central Hardin Bruins travel to take on the John Hardin Bulldogs. Lauren Vest at the line, 17, serving 19. Payne to Clark for Taylor. Blair for Atcher. Payne gets to that one. Clark for Porter. Porter across. That one's out. Point for the Bruins. And now it's just a 1-point game. 18 serving 19. And Payne lets that one go. It's long. Just point and serve back over to the Panthers. Elizabeth Godfrey to the line, 20, serving 18. Vest to Blair for Phillips. It's blocked by Taylor at the net. 21, serving 18. Vest to Blair for Atcher. And Atcher gets it through the arms of the blockers for another kill. Jasmine Carroll checks back into the front line for the Bruins. Kelsey Brangers goes to the service line, 19 serving 21. Hargan to Payne. Now Godfrey will send it over. Brangers to Blair for Atcher. And this will be interesting. The line judge is saying that it was wide of the antenna. There are antennas on the sidelines on both sides, and it has to go between those. And the line judge said that it went on the outside. Natalie Shaw checks into the lineup for the Panthers. And before we get started, assistant referee is going to go down the line and speak. I'll have to wait to see how they sort this one out. Again, we are in set number 2. Set 1 was won by the Bruins, 25-20. Now the referee's explaining it to Coach Renneker. Point will stay with the Panthers. 22 serving 19. Bringers for Blair. Now Atcher to send it over. Dug by Godfrey. Clark for Sarah Clark. Dug out by Bringers. Blair for Atcher again. Godfrey to Sydney Clark for Hargan. Dug out by Powers. And then it was Hargan as the ball drifted back over the net. It's the kill. 23 serving 19. Coach Renneker is going to take his second timeout. In our lineup here on HCEC-TV, tomorrow night football action, 7:30 kickoff. Central Hardin travels to John Hardin, and next week we have 4 games on the schedule. Tuesday night it will be volleyball action as Meade County travels to North Hardin. Scheduled start time is 7:30. Wednesday night it'll be girls soccer action as Elizabethtown will travel to Central Hardin. Game time scheduled for 7 o'clock. Thursday night it'll be boys soccer action as the North Hardin Trojans travel to take on the Elizabethtown Panthers. That game scheduled for a 7 o'clock start. And then next Friday night, the Elizabethtown Panthers will travel to the John Hardin Bulldogs. Game time scheduled for 7:30. Come back to action here. Natalie Shaw at the line for the Panthers, 23 serving 19. Add into the net. Service fault. Danielle Nelson checks back in along with Genesis Mullins for the Bruins. Jada Porter will check in, and then Presley Payne will take her spot. Nelson to serve for the Bruins, 20 serving 23. Godfrey to Clark for Taylor. Taylor gets the kill on that one. So it'll be set point for the Panthers as Grace Filburn checks back in, and she'll head to the service line. 24 serving 20. Nelson for Blair. Mullins sends it over. Godfrey to Filburn for Sydney Clark. Dug out by Nelson to Blair. Now Vest sends it over. Godfrey to Filburn for Clark again. And Clark gets the kill. And so set number 2 goes to the Panthers. 25-20. Teams will switch sides. And we'll start set number 3. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools live Channel 1 programming, sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. With locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties for all your real estate needs. Contact Ryan at 270-723-4626 and he'll get the job done. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. Tune in weekly for rebroadcast of all local HCEC-TV programs, airing on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Channel 184, and you can always search our past broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Just search HCEC-TV. We'd like to thank all of our student workers for making all of our broadcasts here at HCEC-TV possible. They've had a full school day and then come out and set up cameras at least an hour before our game time is scheduled to start, and they will stay after till everything is cleaned up. We'll be heading into set number 3. Two teams have split the first 2 sets, each winning 25-20. Come back out onto the court for set number 3. On the court right now for the Bruins, Genesis Mullins, Jasmine Carroll, Lauren Vest, Allie Blair, Danielle Nelson, and Sydney Phillips. Once they get the lineup set, Kelsey Bringers will check in for Phillips as a libero. Waiting for Elizabethtown to break the huddle. Heading out onto the court be Jada Porter, Elizabeth Godfrey, Mary Hargan, Sydney Clark, Sarah Clark, and Ellie Taylor. It looks like Presley Payne will be checking in at the libero spot as soon as they get their lineup checked. So Payne checks in for Porter, and Bringers checks in for Phillips. Danielle Nelson to the line to serve for the Bruins as we start set number 3. Godfrey to Clark for Hargan. They're going to have Hargan into the net. Point to the Bruins. 1 serving 0. Godfrey to Sydney Clark for Hargan. And that will get the Panthers on the board. Grace Philbin will check in. She'll head to the service line. 1 serving 1. Nelson to Blair for Bringers. He'll bump it over. Philburn to Godfrey for Hargan. That one doesn't get over the net. The point for the Bruins, and that'll send Allie Blair to the line. 2 serving 1. That one knuckled over the net. Presley Payne unable to make a play on it. Ace for Blair. 3 serving 1. Godfrey for Philburn for Hargan. And Hargan with another kill for the Panthers. Service goes back over to Elizabethtown. And Hargan will go to the line. 2 serving 3. An ace by Hargan as she split the 2 Bruins on the back line. Bringers to Vest. Mullins sends it over. Payne to Philburn for Sydney Clark. That goes all the way and touches the ceiling. It can be played. Bringers bumps it over. Sarah Clark to Philburn for Sydney Clark.
and blocked on the front line by Mullins and Carroll. Point for the Bruins. Jasmine Carroll will go to the service line for the Bruins as Phillips checks in on the front line. 4 serving 3. Payne to Filburn for Sydney Clark. Another kill for Elizabethtown. Tie us up at 4 apiece. Sarah Clark to the line for the Panthers. 4 serving 4. Kelsey Brangers checks back in on the back line for the Bruins. Nelson to Blair for Mullins. Mullins unable to get that one over the net. Point for the Panthers. 5 serving 4. That'll go long. Addie Atcher checks into the lineup along with Sarah Beth Powers. Powers goes to the service line. 5 serving 5. Payne to Filburn for Sydney Clark. Dug by Powers to Blair. Outside for Atcher, just pokes it over. Filburn to Hargan for Godfrey. It goes off a couple of Bruins. Point for the Panthers. Ellie Clark checks back into the lineup for the Panthers as Ellie Taylor checks into the lineup. Sydney Clark to the line. Vest to Blair. Phillips sends it over. Sydney Clark for Taylor. Blocked back over by the Bruins. Porter. And they were unsure who had hit it as there were 2 Panthers had gone off and bumped it into the air. Unable to get to it. Point for the Bruins. Lily Paget checks in on the front line. Lindsay Vest will check in on the back line, and she'll go to the service line. 6 serving 6. And an ace by Lindsay Vest. 7 serving 6. Payne for Clark. Taylor sends it over. Vest for Atcher. And Atcher with another kill. Vest back to the line. 8 serving 6. Payne, Clark, Porter. They're going to have a net violation on the Bruins. Elizabeth Godfrey to the line. 7 serving 8. Powers to Vest. Tapped over there. Clark for Porter. Powers to Vest. Vest just pokes it over. They say they got to it. Powers bumps it again for Vest. Outside for Atcher. And that one will get to the floor. And a point for the Bruins. Jasmine Carroll checks into the front line. Kelsey Brangers to the service line. 9 serving 7. It'll be an ace. That goes off one of the Panthers. Serving 7. Hargan for Clark. Back to Hargan. That'll go long. Now 3 consecutive points by the Bruins. 11 serving 7. That'll be another ace for Bringers as Payne was unable to get that one cleanly. With that, Coach Catlett will take the timeout. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools live Channel 1 programming, sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties, for all your real estate needs, contact Ryan. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. And West Point Bank, let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Again, tomorrow night we'll be back on the air with a 7:30 kickoff time, as it'll be football, as the Central Hardin Bruins, big winners last week, 49-10, will travel to take on the John Hardin Bulldogs, who are on the short end of the stick of a 48-14 loss at Glasgow. Sorry, they were at Danville. Back to action here. 12 serving 7, Bringers with the serve. Godfrey for Clark for Hargan. Vest to Bringers. Atcher sends it over. And another kill for Addie Atcher. Serving 7, floats it over, and an ace for Bringers. She caught the front line, not paying attention. Serving 7. Payne to Clark for Porter. She just tried to tip it over, not able to. And E-Town served at 7-8, and now we will have 15 serving 8, 7 consecutive points for the Bruins. Payne, that's going to be another ace. Bringers, we've seen her float it over, hit it hard over, places it really good, and now it's 16 serving 7. Be another ace. Sarah Clark now will check in. And checking in for E-Town, it's going to be India Bradley. She'll check in on the back line. Bradley to Clark. And Taylor gets the kill for the Panthers as they stop an 8-0 run. Natalie Shaw back into the lineup for Elizabethtown. And now Sarah Clark back into the lineup as well. Shaw will go to the service line. 8 serving 17. Vest for Carroll. Poked it over. Godfrey gets to it. Clark for Taylor. Taylor goes back line to Powers. And Vest tried to get it over. They're going to say it never made it. It looked like the official made a bad call. Elizabethtown, it looked like it hit the ball back over, and Central returned it onto E-Town's side. And I think it should have, ultimately it would have been Central Hardin's point. But I think when he blew the whistle, it's going to be an official's mistake, so they will replay the point. Shaw back to the line. 8 serving 17. Now everybody's set. Powers to Vest. Outside for Atcher. Brangers to Paget. Paget hits it over. Clark sends it back, and this could be a net violation by the Bruins. Point for the Panthers, 9 serving 17. Brangers to Vest for Atcher. And before the point, there was a net violation on the Panthers. The Bruins get the point. Danielle Nelson checks back in. She goes to the service line. Genesis Mullins will go to the front line. 18 serving 9. Godfrey to Clark for Taylor. Nelson gets to that one. Vest for Paget. Paget goes long. Point for the Panthers. Filburn checks back in. She'll head to the service line. 10 serving 18. Brangers to Paget. Nelson sends it over. Payne to Filburn. And that was Sydney Clark. And a net violation on the Bruins. Point for the Panthers. And I think the ball got sent down the hallway. I think Sydney Phillips goes chasing after it. Not sure if she's coming back. Coach Renneker going to take a timeout. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools live Channel 1 programming, sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties, Bluegrass Cellular, E-Town Exterminating, and West Point Bank. Tune in weekly for rebroadcast of all local HCEC-TV programs, airing on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Channel 184. And you can always search our past broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Just search HCEC-TV. We come back out of the timeout. Elizabethtown will have Grace Filburn at the service line, 11 serving 18. Nelson to Vest for Mullins. That one mishit by Mullins. First one we've really seen where she's gone wide. Point to the Panthers. Now it'll be 12 serving 18. An ace by Filburn. 13 serving 18. Nelson to Brangers for Mullins. That one did not make it inside the antennas. Coach Renneker will take another timeout. His second timeout. Tune in weekly for rebroadcast of all local HCEC-TV programs, airing on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Channel 184, and all of our past broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Just search HCEC-TV. Reminder, tomorrow night we'll be back on the air at 7:30 as Paul Gray will have the football action as Central Hardin travels to John Hardin. Next week we have 4 games on schedule. Meade County at North Hardin on Tuesday in volleyball action. Wednesday night it'll be E-Town at Central Hardin in girls soccer. Thursday night it'll be North Hardin at E-Town in boys soccer. And then next Friday night it'll be E-Town at John Hardin in football action. Filburn still at the line, 14 serving 18. Nelson returned it into the net. It looked like Nelson was caught between if she thought it was going to go out or stay in. 15 serving 18. Brangers to Vest from Mullins. Locked at the net. Carroll sends it over. Hargan there. Filburn for Clark. Vest to Brangers from Mullins. Down the line and in. Genesis Mullins stops the streak of Elizabethtown at 7. Now Allie Blair and Lauren Vest check into the lineup. Blair goes to the service line, 19, serving 15. Godfrey for Filburn for Clark. And Clark usually doesn't go to the side. She usually stays in the middle. That time hitting it from the outside. Serve and point back over to the Panthers. Mary Hargan at the line, 16, serving 19. Nelson, well, a couple of different Bruins, goes to the floor. Point for Elizabethtown, 17, serving 19. Nelson to Blair for Mullins. That one did not clear the net. 18 serving 19. Brangers to Blair for Mullins. Locked back, Nelson. Now Blair will send it over. Payne right back to the net. And that's going to be over the net on the Bruins, and we are knotted up at 19. Mary Hargan at the line for the Panthers. Brangers to Blair for Mullins, and Mullins with the kill. Phillips checks back into the front line for the Bruins. Jasmine Carroll to the service line, 20, serving 19. Hargan to Filburn for Clark. Blair for Mullins. A net violation on the Panthers. 21, serving 19. Payne to Filburn. Short set for Clark. Clark catches the back line. India Bradley checks in for Elizabethtown. Jada Porter goes to the front line for the Panthers. 20, serving 21. Kelsey Bringer's back into the lineup for the Bruins. Nelson to Blair. Mullins just will poke it over. Filburn to Bradley for Godfrey. Bringers to Blair. Mullins. A point is another net violation on the Panthers. Point over to the Bruins. Addie Atcher checks in on the front line. Sarah Beth Powers to the service line. 22, serving 20. Hargan to Filburn for Clark. Brangers to Blair. Now Atcher sends it over. Hargan to Filburn for Clark again. Just tries to find the hole. Sent back over by Blair. Now Payne digs that one out. Clark for Godfrey. And Godfrey gets the kill. Sydney Clark to the line for the Panthers. Ellie Taylor checks in on the front line. 21 serving 22. Vest to Blair for Atcher. Hargan is going to go out. Point for the Bruins. Lily Paget will check in for the Bruins along with Lindsay Vest. Vest will go to the service line. 23 serving 21. Payne to Clark for Godfrey. Paget sends it back over. Porter sent it back over, and the Bruins unable to dig it out. Point for Elizabethtown. And Elizabeth Godfrey goes to the service line. 22 serving 23. Powers to Paget for Brangers. Godfrey to Clark for Hargan. And Hargan with the kill, and we're tied at 23 apiece. Godfrey back to the line to serve. Powers to Vest for Atcher. And Atcher gets a kill, and they'll be serving for the set. Jasmine Carroll checks back to the front line as Kelsey Brangers back to the service line. Brangers had 8 consecutive points on serve in her last service. With that, Coach Catlett will take a timeout. Get a reminder, we're back on the air tomorrow night with football action. Kickoff time is set for 7:30 as the Central Hardin Bruins will travel to Radcliffe to take on the John Hardin Bulldogs. This is a Hardin County Educational Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming is sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties, Bluegrass Cellular, E-Town Exterminating, and West Point Bank. Central Hardin led 16-7 at one point. And E-Town nibbled away at it, back to tied it at 23 all. Kelsey Brangers will be serving for the Bruins for the set. 24 serving 23. Hargan back up near the net. And Central Hardin going to have a net violation as they were over the net. Point for the Panthers. Sarah Clark checks in on the front line. Natalie Shaw will go back to the service line. We're going to get some free volleyball here as we'll have to go now. The first one to 26. 24 serving 24. Powers to Vest for Atcher. Blocked at the net. Point by the Panthers. Shaw comes out as Payne checks back in. Payne will serve for the set. 25 serving 24. And that'll go long, and we're knotted back up at 25. Danielle Nelson and Genesis Mullins check back in for Central Hardin. Nelson to the service line, 25, serving 25. Hargan to Clark, back for Hargan. Played by Bringers to Vest for Mullins. Mullins gets the point. And now to be Nelson to serve for the set for the Bruins. 26, serving 25. Godfrey to Clark for Taylor. Bringers for Vest for Carroll. Godfrey, Clark, now Hargan sends it to the back line. Powers, Nelson got to it, but E-Town gets the point. Now we're going to be tied at 26. Grace Filburn checks back in for the Panthers to the service line, 26, serving 26. Nelson to Vest for Bringers. That doesn't clear the net. Now be Grace Filburn serving for the set. 27, serving 26. Bringers to Vest for Carroll. Knocked around, Mullins goes. Mullins' shot is wide, and the set goes to the Panthers as they win 28-26. This is a Hardin County Educational Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties, Bluegrass Cellular, E-Town Exterminating, and West Point Bank. We'll be back after this short break with set number 4. Welcome back to Central Hardin High School for tonight's 17th District volleyball action. After 3 sets, Elizabethtown leads 2-1 as we head into the 4th set. Set 1 was won tonight by Central Hardin 25-20. Set 2 won by Elizabethtown 25-20. And then they just won set 3 28-26. As we start set 4. On the floor for the Bruins, Allie Blair, Jasmine Carroll, Genesis Mullins, Lauren Vest, Danielle Nelson, and Sydney Phillips. On the court for the Panthers, Sarah Clark, Sydney Clark, Mary Hargan, Elizabeth Godfrey, Grace Filburn, and Presley Payne. And Bringers will check in for Phillips on the Bruins side. Filburn will be serving to open set number 4. Bringers to Blair for Mullins. And somehow got back over by Hargan. Bringers for Mullins again, just tries to tip that one over. Jasmine Carroll gets it over. Filburn inside for Clark. That goes wide, point to the Bruins. Blair with the serve to Payne for Filburn. Now Sarah Clark, dug out by Nelson. Blair for Mullins. Going to be a net violation on the Panthers. Allie Blair now serving for the Bruins, 2 serving 0. Payne to Hargan. Sarah Clark sends it over. Nelson to Blair for Mullins. At the net, Sydney Clark sends it back over. Bringers for Mullins. Hargan got to that one. Now Godfrey will bump it. Back to Hargan. And that'll be 4 hits as they were unable to get it over the net. Point for the Bruins. Blair back to the line. 3 serving 0. And they'll go into the net. Point and serve over to the Panthers. Mary Hargan to the line. 1 serving 3. That'll be an ace as that one goes off the floor. 2 serving 3. Hargan serving for the Panthers. Bringers to Blair. Sends it over. Clark sent it back. And the point goes to the Panthers. Hargan back to the line. 3 serving 3. Bringers to Blair. Mullins gets it over. Payne sends it back the other way. Now Blair to Bringers for Mullins. And Mullins with another kill. Jasmine Carroll will go to the service line. Sydney Phillips checks in and she goes to the front line for the Bruins. 4 serving 3. And into the net, service fault. Kelsey Bringers checks right back into the lineup for the Bruins on the back line. Jada Porter checks in on the front line for the Panthers. India Bradley checks in and she'll go to the service line for E-Town. 4 serving 4. Nelson to Bringers. Now, Blair sends it over. Bradley to Filburn, and that'll be a net violation as Filburn stepped under the net. Addie Atcher and Sarah Beth Powers quickly up. Powers will go to the service line. 5 serving 4. Hargan to Filburn for Godfrey. Brangers. Blair sends it over. Godfrey got to it. Hargan got to it. Point for the Bruins. 6 serving 4. Wet spot on the floor, getting cleaned up. Powers at the line, 6 serving 4. Hargan to Filburn for Clark. Dug out by Blair, goes all the way back. Porter to Filburn for Clark. Just tries to tip that one over. Blair got it into the net. Bruins unable to get it out. Point for the Panthers. Sydney Clark will be going to the line. Ellie Taylor checks in on the front line. Powers to Blair for Atcher. Atcher backline dug by Payne. Clark for, I'll say that went outside of the antennas. Lily Padgett will check back in along with Lindsay Vest. Vest will go to the service line for the Bruins. Should be 7 serving 5. Payne unable to return it to a teammate. Point for the Bruins. 8 serving 5. Hargan to Clark for Taylor. That'll be long. Point for the Bruins again. Vest back to the line. 9 serving 5. India Bradley will check in for Elizabethtown. She'll head to the back line. Now making sure the lineup's right for E-Town. Everything's set. And Lindsay Vest gets the ball. She'll be serving for the Bruins. 9 serving 5. Bradley to Godfrey for Taylor. Taylor sends it back over. It'll go wide. Another point for the Bruins. 10 serving 5. Bradley to Clark for Godfrey. A lift on a carry, on the Bruins. Point over to the Panthers. Elizabeth Godfrey now at the line. 6 serving 10. Powers to Brangers for Atcher. Bradley for Godfrey. Now Hargan will send it over. Brangers is there. Vest going to try to dump it in. Clark gets to it. Now Godfrey for Hargan. She'll send it back line. It's in. Point for the Panthers. Seven serving 10. Powers to Vest for Atcher. That's going to go off of the Panthers. It'll be another kill for Addie Atcher. Jasmine Carroll checks back in. Kelsey Brangers to the service line, 11, serving 7. Hargan to Godfrey, back to Hargan. Dug out by Brangers to Vest for Atcher. Hargan gonna send it right back over, and Carroll with the kill. Serving 7. Bradley to Porter. Godfrey will bump it over. Powers to Brangers for Atcher. That's wide. Point for the Panthers. Sarah Clark back in on the front line. Natalie Shaw to the service line for E-Town. 8, serving 12. Powers to Vest for Carroll. Shaw. Godfrey gets to it. Clark sends it over. Brangers to Vest for Atcher. Hargan for Clark. For Sarah Clark. Brangers gets to it. Now Vest for Atcher. Atcher touched at the net. It'll be another kill for Addie Atcher. Presley Payne back into the lineup for the Panthers. Danielle Nelson and Genesis Mullins in for the Bruins. Nelson goes to the service line, 13, serving 8. Godfrey to Clark for Taylor. Vest to Brangers for Mullins. Payne with the dig. Sarah Clark unable to get it back into play. And point for the Bruins. 14, serving 8. Godfrey. Clark gets it over. Mullins dug out by Godfrey. Clark for Hargan. Hargan doesn't get that one over the net. Point for the Bruins. Nelson to serve, 15, serving 8. Payne to Clark for Taylor. Vest out to Carroll. Now Brangers bumps it over. Miscommunication for the Panthers. 16, serving 8. Coach Catlett going to take a timeout. This is a Hardin County Educational Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. With locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties. For all your real estate needs, contact Ryan at 270-723-4626 and he'll get the job done. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank, with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. So we come back to action here. In a game that was 5-5. Central Hardin now on top, 16-8. Danielle Nelson at the line serving. Godfrey to Clark for Hargan. Hargan will get that kill. Nelson service back to the Panthers. Grace Filburn checks in. She'll be heading to the line. 9, serving 16. Vest for Mullins, blocked inside by the Clarks. Now Mullins will send it to the front side. Hargan there for Filburn. Now Sydney Clark goes back corner. It's in. Point for the Panthers. Ten serving 16. Brangers for Vest for Mullins. That one hits on the E-Town side. It'll be a kill for Mullins. Allie Blair checks in along with Lauren Vest for the Bruins. Blair will head to the service line. 17 serving 10. Godfrey to Filburn. And another kill by Sydney Clark. That'll send Mary Hargan to the line for the Panthers. 11 serving 17. Nelson to Blair for Mullins. Mullins didn't get that one much over the net. Sarah Clark there, put it right back down. 12 serving 17. Brangers to Carroll. Sarah Clark sends it back over, and they're going to be a net violation. Both coaches, or both teams, have really got a lot of net violations called, and both coaches have questioned the officials on most of them. Seems we've had more this year in this game than we've had in most seasons. Jasmine Carroll now to the line for the Bruins. 18 serving 12. Payne to Filburn for Clark. That'll be a carry on Clark as the ball was blocked back at her. (19) serving 12. Hargan to Filburn for Clark. That one won't be blocked. Another kill for Sydney Clark. Porter checks. Back in on the front line. And it'll be Presley Payne to the service line for the Panthers. 13 serving 19. Nelson to Blair for Mullins. Payne unable to return that. Addie Atcher and Sarah Beth Powers back into the lineup. Powers will go to the service line. 20 serving 13. Payne to Filburn for Clark. Clark with another kill. Ellie Taylor checks in on the front line for E-Town. Sydney Clark to the service line. 14 serving 20. Brangers to Atcher. Vest sends it over. Clark for Godfrey. Blair to Brangers for Atcher. And it goes just off the blockers and finds a hole. Point for the Bruins. Lauren Vest will go to the service line. 21 serving 14. Hargan to Clark for Taylor. Taylor with the kill. That'll send Elizabeth Godfrey to the line for the Panthers. 15 serving 21. And catches the top of the net. Blair plays it to the middle for Atcher. Payne for Clark, for Hargan, and that catches the back line. It's going to be cut to a 5-point lead. 16 serving 21. Vest to Blair for Brangers. Not able to get that one over. Point for the Panthers, and now it's just a 4-point lead. 17 serving 21. Vest to Blair for Atcher. That did not go inside the antennas. 18 serving 21. With that, Coach Reneker going to take a timeout. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties, Bluegrass Cellular, E-Town Exterminating, and West Point Bank. A reminder, we'll be back on the air tomorrow night. So we'll have football action. Central Hardin Bruins will travel to the John Hardin Bulldogs. Kickoff time scheduled for 7:30. Next week we have 4 games on the slate. Volleyball action on Tuesday night as Meade County travels to North Hardin. Game time scheduled for 7:30. Wednesday night it'll be girls soccer action as E-Town travels to Central Hardin. Game time scheduled at 7. Thursday night it's boys soccer action as North Hardin travels to E-Town. Game time scheduled for 7. And then next Friday night we'll have football action as E-Town will travel to John Hardin. Start time there scheduled for 7:30. Back to action, Elizabeth Godfrey on the line for the Panthers, 18 serving 21. Vest to Blair. Powers hits it over. Payne to Clark for Hargan. Hargan with the kill. 19 serving 21. Vest to Blair, poked over by Phillips. Clark for Hargan. Vest to Blair for Atcher. We'll have a touch by the Panthers and a point for the Bruins. Kelsey Brangers now to the line for Central Hardin. Jasmine Carroll checks into the front line for Central. 22 serving 19. Payne to Clark for Hargan. Hargan hit that one low into the net. Coach Catlett now will take a timeout. Tune in weekly for rebroadcast of all local HCEC-TV programs airing on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable Channel 2. Spectrum Communications Channel 184. You can always search our past broadcast on our YouTube channel. Just search HCEC-TV. We are in set number 4 here between the Panthers and the Bruins. Central Hardin won set number 1, 25-20. Set 2 had the same score, set the Panthers on top, 25-20. In a thrilling third set, the Panthers pull out a 28-26 set. And we sit in the fourth set, Central Hardin on top and serving, 23 serving 19. Payne sends it all the way back over. Blair kicked it back over for the Bruins. Now Blair for Atcher. And a kill by Addie Atcher. And it'll be set point for the Bruins. Kelsey Brangers to serve. Payne to Clark for Taylor. Dug there by Powers. Blair for Atcher. Atcher hit that one high. Be a point for the Panthers. Sarah Clark checks into the front line. Natalie Shaw will check into the service line. 20 serving 24. Vest unable to really get much on that one. An ace by Shaw. 21-24. Brangers to Blair for Atcher. And Atcher gets the set point. We're going to head to set number 5. This is a Hardin County Education and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. With locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties. For all your real estate needs, contact Ryan at 270-723-4626 and he'll get the job done. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugga.com. And West Point Bank with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. Again, our schedule for tomorrow night and then next week. We'll have football action tomorrow night. So 1-0 Central Hardin Bruins travel to the 0-1 John Hardin Bulldogs. Kickoff time is scheduled for 7:30. Tuesday night it'll be volleyball action as Meade County Green Wave travel to the North Hardin Trojan. Game time scheduled for 7:30. Wednesday night, it'll be girls soccer action as the Elizabethtown Panthers travel to the Central Hardin Bruins. Game time scheduled for 7 o'clock. Thursday night, it'll be boys soccer action as the North Hardin Trojans will travel to take on the Elizabethtown Panthers. Game time scheduled for 7. And then next Friday night, it'll be the Elizabethtown Panthers taking on the John Hardin Bulldogs. Game time scheduled for 7:30. Set number 5, a little different than the other 2 sets, or other 4 sets rather, as it will be the first one to 15, leading by at least 2. So it might be just a little bit shorter. Central Hardin won set number 1, 25-20. E-Town took set 2, 25-20. E-Town took set 3, 28-26. We just completed set 4, Central Hardin taking that one 25-21. Teams did not switch side from the 4th to the 5th set. We'll have to see who the coaches put out on the floor. For the Bruins on the court now, Genesis Mullins, Alex Mackey, Allie Blair, Sydney Phillips, Lauren Vest, Danielle Nelson, and Kelsey Branger set to check in. On the court for the Panthers, Sarah Clark, Sydney Clark, Mary Hargan, Elizabeth Godfrey, Jada Porter, and Grace Filburn. Now Jasmine Carroll checks in for Central Hardin as Alex Mackey steps off the court. Sydney Phillips comes out as Kelsey Brangers checks in for her. Jada Porter will have a seat for the Panthers as libero Presley Payne checks in for them. Filburn to serve. Nelson to Blair from Mullins. That's long. Point for the Panthers. 1 serving 0. Brangers to Blair from Mullins. She'll just poke it over. Sent right back by the Panthers now. Brangers. Blair's going to send it to the back. Payne is there. Filburn for Sydney Clark. Clark with the kill. Panthers go up 2-0. Filburn back to the line. Brangers to Blair for Mullins. And Mullins with the kill. Allie Blair headed to the service line. 1 serving 2. Payne to Hargan. Clark sends that one way wide. And we're tied up at 2 apiece. Allie Blair back to the line for the Bruins. That goes off Payne, and it'll be an ace for Blair. Three, serving 2. Payne to Hargan. Godfrey will poke it over. Nelson to Blair for Carroll. E-Town able to get to it, and Sarah Clark gets it over. Nelson to Blair for Mullins. That'll go long. I'm going to say it was touched at the net by the Panthers. The point will go to the Bruins. 4 serving 2. Filburn for Sarah Clark, blocked at the net. Filburn digs it out. Godfrey for Sydney Clark. That goes off Nelson. Kill for the Panthers. Mary Hargan now to the line for E-Town. 3 serving 4. Brangers to Blair. And it'll go over. That's going to go wide. And we knotted at 4 apiece now. Hargan back to the line. Nelson to Blair for Mullins. Filburn to Sydney Clark. Now Godfrey sends it over. Nelson to Blair. And a net violation by the Bruins. Point for the Panthers. 5 serving 4. Brangers to Blair for Mullins. Down the line, it's in. Tied at 5 apiece. Sydney Phillips checks into the front line for the Bruins. Jasmine Carroll heads to the service line. 5 serving 5. Hargan to Filburn for Sydney Clark. That'll be another kill for Clark. Porter checks in on the front line. Presley Payne goes to the service line. Six serving 5. Brangers to Blair. Phillips sits it over. Filburn keeps it alive. Godfrey sends it over. Blair for Mullins. Down the line, it's in. Point for the Bruins. Now it'll be Addie Atcher and Sarah Beth Powers back into the lineup for the Bruins. Powers will head to the service line, 6 serving 6. Hargan to Filburn for Sydney Clark. And a touch was called at the net. Point for the Panthers. Ellie Taylor back on the front line. Sydney Clark goes to the service line. 7 serving 6. Into the net, service fault. Point and serve back over to the Bruins. Lauren Vest will head to the service line for Central Hardin. 7 serving 7. Payne to Hargan. Taylor going to send it over the net. Bringers to Blair for Atcher. Hit at the front line. Hargan sends it back in. Clark to Godfrey. It's going to be a double hit, or carry, sorry. Point for the Panthers. Now Elizabeth Godfrey to the service line. 8 serving 7. And into the net, and the Bruins unable to get it back over. Coach Reniker going to take a timeout. This is a Hardin County Educational Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results, with locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties. For all your real estate needs, contact Ryan at 270-723-4626 and he'll get the job done. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank, with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. 9 serving 7. It's an ace from Godfrey. That'll be 10 serving 7. Again in set number 5. It's the first one to 15, leading by 2. Vest to Blair. That's going to get over the net. Porter sends it back. Vest got to it. Blair up for Atcher. That'll go off Porter, and another kill for Addie Atcher. Jasmine Carroll checks back to the front line as Kelsey Brangers goes to serve for the Bruins. 8 serving 10. That one into the net. Point for the Panthers. Natalie Shaw checks back in along with Sarah Clark. Shaw will go to the service line. 11 serving 8. That'll go into the net. Danielle Nelson checks in along with Genesis Mullins for Central Hardin. Presley Payne back into the lineup for E-Town. Nelson goes to the service line. 9 serving 11. Payne to Clark for Taylor. Nelson to Blair for Mullins. Payne gets to that one. Clark outside for Hargan. And it's blocked there by Carroll and Blair. And a 1-point game. 10, serving 11. Godfrey to Clark for Hargan. And that catches the back line. Grace Filburn quickly off the bench for Coach Catlett. She'll head to the service line. 12, serving 10. Nelson to Brangers. Mullins sends it to the back. It's long. 13, serving 10. Coach Catlett will take his second time. Coach Reniker will take his second timeout. Again, a reminder of our schedule. Tomorrow night we'll be back on the air at 7:30. This will be football action as Central Hardin comes to take on John Hardin. Next Tuesday night it'll be volleyball action as Meade County goes to North Hardin to take on the Trojans. Game time scheduled there for 7:30. Wednesday night it'll be girls soccer action as E-Town travels to Central Hardin. Game time set for 7 o'clock. Thursday night it's North Hardin traveling to E-Town in boys soccer. Game time scheduled for 7 there. And then next Friday night it'll be E-Town taking on John Hardin in football action. Game time scheduled for 7:30. We come back to action here. Set number 5. E-Town on top in the 5th set. 13, serving 10. Nelson to Blair. Back for Nelson, who just gets it over. Clark for Phil. Back for Clark. And it's Jasmine Carroll with another block. That'll send Allie Blair to the line for the Bruins. 11, serving 13. That'll be an ace as it goes off of Presley Payne. It's just a 1-point game. 12, serving 13. And now Coach Catlett will take a timeout. Tune in weekly for rebroadcast of all local HCEC-TV programs, airing on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Channel 184. And you can always search our past broadcast on our YouTube channel. Just search HCEC-TV. Come back to action. It'll be Allie Blair serving for the Bruins. 12, serving 13. That goes long, and it'll be match point as Mary Hargan heads to the line for the Panthers. 14, serving 13. Brangers to Blair for Mullins. Clark sends it back over, and it's going to be a carry on the Bruins, so the Panthers win set number 5, 15-12. They move to 4-0 on the season, while the Bruins drop to 7-2. Both teams will be back in action this weekend with the Hilliard Lions Fall Classic on Saturday. Both teams scheduled for at least 3 games. This is a Hardin County Educational Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties, Bluegrass Cellular, E-Town Exterminating, and West Point Bank. Again, we'd like to thank all of our student workers for making tonight's broadcast possible. For all of them, I'm Bobby Thompson saying so long and good night.
This has been a Hardin County Educational Community Television production. Live local sports are on Brandenburg Channel 1, and all rebroadcasts are on Brandenburg and Comcast Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Channel 184, and on our YouTube site. Also check out our live sporting events on nfhs.com or visit us at hardin.k12.ky.us. Hardin County Educational Community Television, located in Hardin County, Kentucky, a division of Hardin County Schools, airing on Brandenburg, Comcast, Spectrum, and also airing online.
Providing live coverage of local high school sports.
Covering community and school events, while teaching students along the way.
HCEC-TV, the area's leading educational and government access channel, training the next generation of media arts students.
Control your home even when you're not there with Brandenburg Telecom's home automation service. Turn lights on and off, lock and unlock doors, and change settings on your thermostat using your smartphone or tablet. Stop worrying whether or not you remember to close the garage door, and save money by programming your thermostat to reduce energy used when you're not home. Call Brandenburg Telecom for a free quote and enjoy the convenience of having home automation, phone, TV, and internet service, all from one local company.
All right, son, you ready to open your first savings account?
Yes, I am.
West Point Bank has been growing with our customers for over 30 years. We know what it takes to support them in every stage of their life. You need a bank that you know and trust to help you reach your goals and make your dreams come true. West Point Bank, hometown banking made simple.
You have a choice because not all physical therapy is the same.
So when you need physical therapy, come to the one chosen as Hardin County's Reader's Choice winner 4 years in a row.
We are always working to better educate and stay ahead of the latest advancements in physical therapy.
Physical therapy can get you back doing what you love to do.
If you're experiencing pain, loss of mobility, or just want to feel better,
come see us at Physical Therapy Associates in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Hodgenville, and now open in Brandenburg.
Hey everyone, Ryan here. I just wanted to announce some exciting news that I'm officially a licensed realtor. I've been a part of a championship-winning basketball team, a conference-winning Bellarmine golf team, and now I'm part of an award-winning real estate team, JT Pitts & Associates at RE/MAX Premier Properties. If you have any real estate questions, real estate needs, or just want to reach out, please don't hesitate to call or send me a message. My number is right below. I'm ready to bring that winning mentality to the real estate industry so I can give my clients the service they deserve. Thanks.
Bluegrass Cellular's faster data speeds and more complete coverage keep you connected to your community, no matter where life takes you. Whether you're exploring your own backyard or forging new paths across the country. Talk better, text better, play better, and share better. Here, there, and everywhere. Bluegrass Cellular, your community expanded.
E-Town Exterminating, a locally owned, family-run pest control company, has been serving Hardin County and the surrounding area since 1976. E-Town Exterminating provides pest control for residential and commercial properties. E-Town Exterminating on Ring Road in Elizabethtown. Phone 737-6900.
E-Town Exterminating. What the buzz is all about.
For additional information on HCEC-TV programming, call 270-769-8855 or email Gina Ryan at hardin.kyschools.us. On behalf of HCEC-TV, we would like to thank all of our live coverage sponsors.